Oh, sweet when you see stars and stripes upside down, it means the people all sleep as foreign powers take control. Right behind all our backs, traitors plan their attacks on the laws of our land and commandments of our Lord. If we wake up today, we might still find a way to shake free from these chains and restore liberty. So wake up and rise up, all Americans across this nation, and throw down this tyranny and arise this flag again. Oh, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. It isn't even close to being constitutional. It's fraudulently shoved this country up against the wall. Oh, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. Would you like to know the reasons why your taxes are so high? Would you like to know what fuels inflation every time you buy? Would you like to know who takes the biggest slice out of your pie? It's the Federal Reserve, and I'm here to tell you why. It's not that complicated to explain in layman terms. When something's really rotten, it is sure to crawl with worms. And that something really rotten happened in this nation's past. It's been feeding on our prosperity until now we're sinking fast. Whoa, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. It isn't even close to being constitutional. It's fraudulently shoved this country up against the wall. Oh, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. How would you like to print up money on your very own private press and loan it out to all your friends at staggering high interest? Bet it wouldn't take too long until you own the whole neighborhood. Well, that's what the Fed's been doing since our Congress said they could. Now our Congress shirked their duty back in December 1913. That's when the value of our money changed from gold to inky green. And when they shrugged the Constitution off, they damned this nation's fate. It was a blatant violation of Article 1 and Section 8. Whoa, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. It isn't even close to being constitutional. It's fraudulently shoved this country up against the wall. Oh, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. You got the FBI, the FCC, the Federal Trade Commission Agency, and they all have one thing in common, that is they're federal. But here's one thing if you haven't guessed. There ain't anything federal about the Federal Express, and the only thing federal about the Reserve is that it's criminal! Now if I was to tell you that we're under martial law, and there ain't no sense in waiting for the final axe to fall, and that the money that we're spending's really military script, would you say that I've gone crazy, or would you think that I've been hipped? Whoa, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. It isn't even close to being constitutional. It's fraudulently shoved this country up against the wall. Oh, the Federal Reserve isn't federal at all. No, the Federal Reserve isn't federal. It's just criminal at all. Let's just dump it. it's Friday night and he's pulling them over left and right. He sorta looks like Darth Vader with his gun and his radar and his flashing blue light. He drives a government squad car full of all kinds of hardware to handle the angry mob. And with his badge on his shoulder and his gun in his holster, he'll tell you he's just doing his job. Watch out for martial law when he's out there watching after you. If he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, an agent straight from Interpol. Watch out for martial law. He's there to prove who owns a muscle and might, and he just might pull you over to the side of the shoulder, 'cause he cannot see your license plate light. Because he cannot see your license plate light. Ain't it a frightening feeling when you're behind the wheel and you see him there? Or when you're rounding the corner and he's right there behind you in your rearview mirror. Is he a foe or a friend, or this public defender we see on our TV screen? Or just some vain reckless power gaining strength every hour, a threat to the American dream? Watch out for martial law when he's out there watching after you. If he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, collector of the revenue. Watch out for martial law. And if he's tailing you, you better not run. Just read the news in the papers covering some of his capers. He's dangerous when he's aiming that gun. That boy is dangerous when he's aiming that gun. There was a time when it seemed like he was part of the dream, when we could count on him. But now he sold his allegiance to those socialist schemers and their every whim. Now I've got nothing against him if he's out defending my country, my Bill of Rights. But if he's out there abusing all those powers he's using, then maybe we should turn off his lights. Watch out for martial law when he's out there watching after you. If he's a tool of the bankster, he's a badge-wearing gangster, an agent straight from Interpol. Watch out for martial law. He's there to prove who owns a muscle and might, and he just might pull you over to the side of the shoulder, 'cause he cannot see your license straight and light. Watch out for martial law. And if he's tailing you, you better not run. Just read the news in the papers covering some of his capers. He's dangerous when he's waving that gun. I said you better be wary if he's had a bad hair day, because he's dangerous when he's aiming that gun. He can be dangerous when he's aiming that gun. That boy is dangerous when he's aiming that gun.
America, America, is it too late to save you? Will foreign troops invade your soil? Will government enslave you? Will the greatness that was once your crown be trampled in the streets? Oh, America, don't let your name go down in such defeat. America, America, the tide is rising fast. Don't you think it's time now to remember your great past? America, America, now the tide can still be turned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. America, America, once God's word was your standard. How gradually you've compromised, how far you finally wandered. For the years of silent apathy, to God we now repent. For the years of work we might have done, that's already now been spent. America, America, the tide is rising fast. Don't you think it's time now to remember your great past? America, America, now the tide can still be turned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. America, America, this land needs Jesus now. If he's confined within the church, its walls will crumble down. We must awake, we must arise for his kingdom to secure. We know the battle has been won, yes, the victory is sure. America, America, the tide is rising fast. Now don't you think it's time now to remember your great past? America, America, now the tide can still be turned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. You better just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. You better just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. Oh, just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned. When will you open up your eyes and see the lesson? I was born on the wings of an eagle, in this one-time wonderful land of free people. I was planted right straight down on a piece of sanctified ground that was written about in my holy Bible. I was raised in the backwoods of Virginia. I took my first 2 steps and discovered Carolina. I was a natural free-born child growing up green and wild. I was one of the original sons of liberty, y'all. Now I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me. Nobody better try to say that I'm his boy, 'cause I'm a son of liberty. Yes, I'm a free man, and I'm here to make some history. I won't compromise with tyranny. I won't tolerate attacks upon my cup of tea, 'cause I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me. I said nobody better tread on me. I learned to fight in the War of Independence, where I defended the rights of all of my descendants. I finally earned my wings to fly on that famous 4th of July, when I proved to the world that I could make a difference. Was temporarily defeated in the Southland when them federal boys invaded God's graceland. And since the war between the states, they tried to keep us all federal slaves. But you know, me and the Lord in the South, we're gonna rise again, friend. 'Cause I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me. Nobody better try to say that I'm his boy, 'cause I'm a son of liberty. Yes, I'm a free man, and I'm here to make some history. I won't compromise with tyranny. I won't tolerate no statutory slavery, 'cause I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me. Nobody better tread on me. It's time we see that the enemy's within us. And even right today, they're trying to Washington deceive us. They thought they had us all surrounded up in that there Montana township, but all they did was create a couple more million of us. Yes, I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me. Nobody better try to say that I'm his boy, 'cause I'm a son of liberty. Yes, I'm a free man, and I'm here to make some history. I ain't liable for, no subject to, no regulated by internal revenue, 'cause I'm a free man. Nobody better tread on me, because the Lord, you see, He set me free. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty to be a free man. Nobody better tread on me. I said nobody better tread on me.
The song you are about to hear is true. Though some of the events described have not occurred in the life of the author, they have occurred in the lives of thousands of other revenue-oppressed Americans. The author disclaims any responsibility or liability for any loss incurred as a consequence of the use and the application of any of the following information, which is not provided for the purpose of rendering any legal advice or professional service. In other words, this song is totally frivolous and without merit.
Not.
Last April, right around tax time, along with my 1040 form, I sent the IRS a message to tell them they was wrong. And I told them I was sick and tired of playing their cheating game. And as for all my honest, hard-earned wages, to them they never had no claim. Because I never worked in Puerto Rico, nor lived in Washington, D.C. I wasn't under their jurisdiction, and there was nothing they could do to me. And since I've never ever been an employee of the federal government, I ain't liable for, no subject to, no, I've never owed you 1 red cent. But let me tell you, it's dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. They'll trample down your rights as they break inside your home. They'll terrorize your sweet bride as they put the hard lean on. Yes, it's dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. Now it didn't take them very long before they garnished all my hard-earned pay. Then they repossessed my pickup truck and had it towed away. And then they up and seized my bank accounts as they auctioned off my family farm. And to keep me from proving my innocence, well, they shackled me in iron. Now let me tell you, it's dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. They'll trample down your rights as they break inside your home. They'll terrorize your sweet bride as they put the hard lean on. Yes, it's dangerous to be right when the government is wrong. Now the truth about the IRS code is that it's fraudulently misapplied, because the legal definition of taxpayer is exclusively derived. So all you agents of the evil IRS are in reality a bunch of thieves who are working for the foreign bankers to bring America to her knees. So listen up, you international banksters, and all you traitorous congressmen, and all you low-down, lying, thieving, cheating lawyers, better leave the country while you can. Cause when the people find out the truth about how the income tax is based on fraud, they're gonna rise up all across this nation. They're gonna rout you vipers out, by God. To use the famous words of Andy Jackson, we're gonna rout you vipers out, by God. And then it's gonna be dangerous, cause we're right and the government is wrong. We'll trample down their rights as we break inside their homes. We'll terrorize their sweet brides as we put the hard lean on. Yes, we're dangerous, cause we're right and the government is wrong. Yes, we're dangerous, cause we're right and the government is wrong.
With explicit reservation of all rights without prejudice per UCC 1-207.
It's coming down, it's coming down. New world orders, training armies on our ground, with soldiers dressed in black and blue, to aim the crosshairs of their guns at me and you. I know a man who lives way up in Idaho, whose sole desire was only to be left alone. One day he sold a so-called friend a gun. One day the federal troops showed up and shot his wife and son. It's coming down, it's all around. The New World Order's training armies on our ground. Stormtroopers dressed in black and blue, to aim the crosshairs of their guns at me and you. Way down upon a Waco, Texas farm, I saw the lawless law there flex its long lean arm. Before the sealed search warrants could even be served, the ATF shot up the place. Some got what they deserve. It's coming down, it's in your town. The New World Order's training armies on our ground. Stormtroopers dressed in black and blue. I bet their leaders think they're fooling me and you. Now foreign troops, they train upon American soil. They hide and sneak around like snakes that slither in coils. And while the people turn their heads complacently, the federal income tax goes up to fund this tyranny. It's coming down, it's in your town. The New World Order's training armies on our ground.
Stormtroopers dressed in blue and black, like the vicious dogs they are, they're training to attack. It's almost imperceptible the way they gain their ground. They steal an inch just to take a mile every time you turn around. They assassinate our liberties and cause me sleepless nights. Every time they pass another firearms law, they assault my Bill of Rights. As they plead for public safety and they press on towards their goal, I say the Brady Bill is a stab in the back in the fight for gun control. 'Cause I'm a fight to keep alive freedom in the Bill of Rights, native-born American, who's gonna rise and take a stand, draw a line in the sand, hold the line till kingdom come. So if they ever try to legislate, send the troops to confiscate before the dirty deed gets done, somebody's blood on down the street might run. If they ever try to come and take my gun, no, they better never try to come and take my gun. They better leave our guns alone. Is it more than just coincidence whenever Congress takes the hill? How the blood just spews from the evening news before they pass another bill. And it's an insult to my senses when I read the New York Times, how the truth gets buried on the very back page, somewhere there between the lines. Well, there's a method to their madness and the media's their tool. And do they really think that I'm truly that dumb to be played for such a fool? Well, I'm a fight to keep alive freedom in the Bill of Rights, native-born American, who's gonna rise and take a stand, draw a line in the sand, hold the line till kingdom come. So if they ever try to legislate, send the troops to confiscate before the dirty deed gets done, well, somebody's blood on down the street might run. If they ever try to come and take my gun, no, they better never try to come and take my gun. Just leave our liberty teeth alone. They tell me that I'm paranoid, I see things that aren't there. While they flood the country full of aliens, there's crime and trouble everywhere. They say they have to take my guns away to save me from myself. Am I a threat to national security or their one world commonwealth? Well, here's one thing they don't tell you that they don't want you to know. When a tyrant finally gets a hold of your guns, that's when he takes control. Well, I'm a die to keep alive freedom in the Bill of Rights, native-born American, who's gonna rise and take a stand, draw a line in the sand, hold the line till kingdom come. So if they ever try to legislate, send the troops to confiscate before the dirty deed gets done, well, somebody's blood on down the street might run. If they ever try to come and take my gun, said they better never try to come and take my gun. They better leave our guns alone. 'Cause I've got an inalienable right to defend myself, and it's backed up by the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. No, they better never try to come and take my gun. They better leave our guns alone. You can't have my gun, but I might share with you a few of my bullets. Yeah, no, they better never ever. No, they better never ever. No, they better never ever try to come and take my gun. Just leave them guns alone. There's a man who leads a life of bondage. To the federal government, he pays his homage. Seems the more he tries to make, the more they tax and take. Odds are he won't live to pay his mortgage. U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen, well, they've issued you a number for which you've signed your name. Back when we were strangled by depression, while FDR was selling out the nation, there was devised an evil scheme. It was a wicked tyrant's dream. 9 numbers now that chain you to their system. U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen, well, they've issued you a number for which you signed your name.
In March of 1933, President FDR declared the bankruptcy of a private corporation known as the Federal U.S. Government. In order to con the American people into paying this fraudulent debt, he set up the Social Security Act. When you sign your Social Security card, you unwittingly become a federal U.S. citizen, pledging your life, liberty, and property as surety for a debt you don't owe. In other words, you become a federal debt slave to your federal master, Uncle Samuel.
Don't despair, there is a sure solution. Sure to start a righteous reformation. You can refuse to play their game. We send the number off your name. Just file the forms and drop out of the system. U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen, well, they've issued you a number for which you signed your name. Now you don't have to play their game. Don't let the fraud enslave your name. Rescind the number of your name. A strange sensation has seized the nation. Man, things are suddenly peculiarly odd. Instead of thugs and thieves breaking down our doors, we now deplore the federal forfeiture squads, who have a blessing from our Congress to take a cut of everything they can steal. Here in the land of the free and the home of the brave, things have suddenly become unreal. So please, please, federal policeman, please leave my private property alone. Please, please, federal policeman, you got no jurisdiction here in my home. When you go breaking in through somebody's private front door, you do the Constitution bodily harm. So please, please, federal policeman, please leave my private property alone. They got new laws now, they're calling loan fraud. Looks like our law enforcement grew a new arm. You make misrepresentation on your loan application, you might just have to forfeit the farm. The crazy fact is, it's retroactive, which lets them loot your life historically. You may be dead in your grave, but if you did not behave, you might just forfeit up your family tree. So please, please, federal policeman, don't you be seizing my poor daddy's farm. Please, please, federal policeman, sometimes I wonder just whose side are you on. When you go breaking in through somebody's private front door, you do the Constitution bodily harm. So please, please, federal policeman, don't you be seizing my poor daddy's farm. The ATF and the FBI just hired the KGB. The ADL's got a list for sale, but you're anti-Semitic call it a conspiracy. My widow mama, they stole her condo on another federal season forfeiture spree. She made the tragic mistake of renting to some reprobate they caught with drugs inside her property. They say her condo somehow is guilty. Now have you ever heard a condo confess? Here in the land of the free and the home of the slave, it's a tangled legal web of a mess. So please, please, federal policeman, don't you be stealing my poor mama's estate. Please, please, federal policeman, now this is 10 times worse than Whitewater Gate. Before you pass right on through somebody's private front door, you better check that oath of office you take. So please, please, federal policeman, don't you be stealing my poor mama's estate. Don't you be seizing my poor daddy's farm. Sometimes I wonder just whose side are you on. So please, please, federal policeman, please leave my private property alone. Please, please, federal policeman, you got no jurisdiction here in my home. Please, please, federal policeman, don't you be seizing my poor daddy's farm. Please, please, federal policeman, you do the Constitution bodily harm. Please, please, federal policeman, sometimes I wonder just whose side are you on. Please, please, federal policeman, sometimes I wonder just whose side are you on. One day I met this fine old patriot while down at the county jail, who would not allow a friend of his to show and post his bail. And when I asked him, what you in here for, his eyes stared straight through me. And then he said, young man, I'm in here for the sake of liberty. He said it starts the day you enter this old world of scoff and scorn, with a state-approved certificate to prove that you was born. Somehow the state believes without it that we might all just disappear. And if there's one thing true about a tyrant's rule, it's still his biggest fear. And me, I'm almost not here anymore. I've dropped out through lost liberty's trapdoor. I've rescinded all those papers after I learned what they was for. And me, I'm almost not here anymore. He said, I found myself inside this cell a week or so ago, when a law enforcement officer said he kidnapped him off the road. And when he asked to see my license and my vehicle registration and some proof I had insurance, that's when he thought he'd have some fun. And so he told that county officer, I don't mean to ridicule, but you should be smart enough to know this ain't no vehicle. 'Cause when your mode of transportation ain't for commercial purposes, you don't need no registration or insurance or licenses. You see, I'm almost not here anymore. I've dropped out through lost liberty's trapdoor. I've rescinded all those contracts after I learned what they was for.
I'm almost not here anymore. Just 'cause I used to be 543466673 don't mean the truth, you see, can't set me free to be a son of liberty. You see, I'm almost not here anymore. I've dropped out through lost liberty's trapdoor. I've rescinded all those numbers after I learned what they was for. And me, I'm almost not here anymore. It ain't fiction, it's a fact, and I ain't never coming back until my congressman's behind these prison doors. Song for all of you liberals who believe your ways are best, who don't mind overcrowding this nation with a swarm of foreign immigrants, who don't care about the population, who don't care if it's foul on our nest. When are you ever gonna read the writing upon the wall? We got crime overtaking our cities. We got gangs taking over our streets. We keep handing out more and more welfare, though it never seems to meet their needs. What kind of culture are we cultivating? One where you never have to pull any weeds. If we don't stop this immigration, this great nation's gonna fall. Let's get a grip on immigration in these great United States. It's high time that we limit their numbers. It's high time that we close up that gate. Now can't you see how we are rapidly becoming another third world fascist state? Let's get a grip on immigration in these great United States. How can we ever come to any solution when all we ever do is debate? We've got to get a tighter grip on our borders. We've got to seriously legislate and quit trying to fan the flame that I'm a racist and quit trying to fabricate that I hate. And get a grip on immigration. Now you know it's not too late. Let's get a grip on immigration in these great United States. It's high time that we limit their numbers. It's high time we start closing that gate and quit trying to fan the flame that I'm a racist and quit trying to fabricate that I hate. And get a grip on immigration in these great United States. Let's get a grip on immigration. Now you know it's not too late. It's high time that we limit their numbers. It's high time that we close up that gate. Can't you see how we are rapidly becoming another third world fascist police state? Let's get a grip on immigration in these great United States and quit trying to fan the flame that I'm a racist and quit trying to fabricate that I hate. And get a grip on
faith in God we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are endowed with inalienable rights of life and precious liberty, the pursuit of happiness. On these we now take aim and set our sights. Like sleeping watchmen on the wall, we have failed to heed the signs of usurping foreign powers within our land. Letting fraud, deceit, and usury be the curse of these hard times. Now won't you heed this wake-up call and lend a hand and be a part of the solution and restore our Constitution. Play your part in reclaiming our nation. Join the Second American Revolution today. In the spirit of our ancestors who refused to live in chains, we now must cast our eyes on liberty's light. For the blood spilled by our forefathers still flows within our veins, and we shall not live as slaves without a fight. Like soldiers we must stand and face this enemy within, and do what we must do to seize the time. For in order to defend and exercise our liberties, we now must place our liberty on the line and be a part of the solution and restore our Constitution. Play your part in reclaiming our nation. Join the Second American Revolution today. Be a part of the solution and restore our Constitution. Play your part in reclaiming our nation. Join the Second American Revolution and rout all those traitors right out of our system. The Second American Revolution today. It'll go down in history as a terrible day when those Oklahoma bombs blew the building away. 169 people died while the media lashed out and the government lied. Seems the press and the FBI, they stirred it all up when they blamed it on Iraqis and a brown pickup truck. But before they were through with their agenda that night, they were blaming anybody who might lean to the right. They blame those far-right, wild-eyed, anti-federal activists, those mean, extreme, right-wing domestic terrorists, those hate-filled, ill-willed, demon white supremacists. That's the enemy, but it sounds kind of strange to me. As they whipped up the witch and for a second John Doe, I heard President Clinton blasting talk radio. Seems he wants me to turn in anybody I meet who might listen to Chuck Harder as they drive down the street. 'Cause they're a far-right, wild-eyed, anti-federal activist with genuine, borderline, neo-Nazi racialist, Mossad, jihad, Christian fundamentalist. That's the enemy, so extreme, which means it could be you or me. Now there's so many questions that just won't go away, like why the ATF didn't show for work on that day. When asked by a lady why they didn't show up, they said, if I were you, ma'am, I'd keep my mouth shut and blame those far-right, wild-eyed, anti-federal activists, those paranoid, Sigmund Freud, schizoid isolationists. We like scapegoats, Christian fundamentalists. They're the enemy. Now if you're still a member of the NRA, then you best be very careful of the words that you say. you still can call your M14 a hunting gun. But don't ever call a federal cop a jackbooted thug. If you're a far-right, wild-eyed, anti-federal activist, a mean, extreme right-wing domestic terrorist, a hate-filled, ill-will, demon white supremacist, a Mossad, jihad, Christian fundamentalist, a genuine borderline neo-Nazi racialist, a brainwashed, camouflaged, crazy Christian patriot, a paranoid, signatoid, schizoid isolationist, a homophobe, xenophobe, rabid, anti-Semite,
So I say this to the militias and all others who believe that the greatest threat to freedom comes from the government. If you appropriate our sacred symbols for paranoid purposes and compare yourselves to colonial militias who fought for the democracy you now rail against, you are wrong. How dare you call yourselves patriots and heroes? If you say the government is in a conspiracy to take your freedom away, you are just plain wrong. There is no freedom.
Communism is dead, they said. I think they lied. It's truth they hide, for it still survives in the good old USA. Right here it lives, and here it breathes, and feeds upon our liberties, and you have the nerve to say it's not that way? Well, they're taking the patriots away, ha-ha. They're taking the patriots away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the prison camps, where life's unbearable all the time, and I'll be happy to see my patriot friends again as they shackle me in, and they're taking the patriots away, ha-ha. Here come jackbooted thugs in black to smash your doors and stomp your cat, to roust you out in the late, late hours of the night. Wrong. At 3 a.m. they scream and shout and scatter your living room about. With threats of death they swear as they tear up your rugs. For guns. They're taking the patriots away, ha-ha. They're taking the patriots away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the prison camps, where life's unbearable all the time, and you shouldn't shoot back at those men in black with their ski masks on and their weapons drawn, cause they're taking the patriots away, ha-ha. The twisting thread shall stretch and snap, the straw shall break the camel's back, and tables when they turn shall bring a swift end. Friend, yes, things divine can wrench and bend the well-laid plans of mice and men. And when they do, what will you traitors do then? When? We'll be taking the traitors away, ha-ha. We'll be taking the traitors away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the prison camps, where hell's been awaiting them all this time. And I'll be happy to see their face in its proper space, filling jail space, as we're taking you traitors away, ha-ha. To the prison camps they've quietly built so recently, and won't they look cute in their prison suit and their shackles on, just shuffling along as we're taking the traitors away, ha-ha. Well, there's jobs for you in that human zoo, and you'll work all day without any pay, but that's okay, there's nothing to buy in there anyway, and we're taking you traitors away, ha-ha. And won't they feel glum as they see us come to round up the rest of them one by one as we're taking the traitors away, ha-ha. Of Cain to the Tower of Babylon, onto Egyptian pyramids he flies from Rome to Washington. He flies for all the world to see, this image of apostasy, the evil's chosen son, the devil's number one. Turn away from the eagle, turn away from this image and this idol, turn away from
lofty, wicked beast who leads this world astray. Turn away from the eagle, turn away. He strives to build his nest amid the planets, among the stars. He's left his mark on the lunar soul, among the monuments of Mars. Like a breach inside a wall, his pride will cause his crown to fall, and he'll come tumbling down just like a house of cards. Turn away from the eagle, turn away from this image and this idol. Turn away from this proud and lofty, wicked beast who leads this world astray. Turn away from the eagle, turn away. Thy kingdom come. Don't wait too long, too late to learn. You'll be the fuel his fire shall burn. You'll be the eagle's prey unless you turn and run. Turn away from the eagle. Turn away from this image and this idol. Lord, I pray you turn away from this proud and lofty, wicked beast who leads this world astray. Turn away from the eagle, turn away from the eagle. Turn like today, let's make every day. Way back one day in America, the year was 1791. 'Twas the 15th day of the month of December, when our nation's Bill of Rights were born. And every day in America, since these inalienable rights were enthroned, there still dwells a people who would dare to breathe free, and America is still our home. Every day in America, it seems the battle still rages on between the people and the powers of government, in a constant fight against right and wrong. And every day in America, as these two titans like powers collide, standing like a shield for the people in the fight, guards the American Bill of Rights. So
let's make every day in America Bill of Rights Day. And pray it fills the people's hearts and frees their minds. Pray it sparks the celebration of the freedom of this nation. Let's make every day in America Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like the past. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like the past. Let's make every day like fire and smoke on the battlefield. Still burns the spirit of 76. Be it a fight for our guns or our freedom of speech, out on the streets or on the internet. There's still one power that can turn the tide of the tyrant and his tyranny. It's the God-given gift of our 10 Bill of Rights, the spirit of our liberty. So let's make every day in America Bill of Rights Day. And pray it fills the people's hearts and frees their minds. Pray it sparks the celebration of the freedom of this nation. Let's make every day in America. Let's make every day in America. Let's make every day in America. Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like the past. Let's make every day Bill of Rights Day, like today. Let's make every day like the song, like the past. Let's make every day. As Mrs. and Mr. America fret, they huddle round their TV set, they worry and they sweat. They're thinking I'm the enemy, the one they need to get, because their mind controllers tell them I'm a major threat. The talking heads, the daily press, they cultivate stupidity and harvest ignorance. They point a crooked finger and they're all unanimous by calling me extremist, cause I'm down on Zionists. So now I want to sing a new song. I want to be an extremist. I want to join a militia and wear camouflage. I want to be an extremist and run around and sing a rabble-rousing rebel song and sympathize with the skitties who realize it was the Germans wrong. I want to be an extremist. I want to get the job done. Now what's so bad about being extreme? If I'm extremely innocent, if I'm extremely keen, if I'm extremely paranoid, it's cause of what I've seen. It's written in between the lines of every magazine. The FBI, the CIA are working for the KGB and getting in my way. Cause they don't like my politics, they dog me every day. I'm getting tired of telling them the problem is oy vey. The enemy is communism. I want to be an extremist. I want to join a militia and wear camouflage. I want to be an extremist and run around and sing a rabble-rousing rebel song and sympathize with the skinheads who realize it was the Germans wrong. I want to be an extremist.
I just want to get the job done.
by the mouth's opposing views. His only guarantee is that he shouldn't be amused. Some may win, but most will lose. Their lives are only figments of the thoughts they cannot choose. And I doubt you'll ever see me on the 6 o'clock news, exposing lying, thieving, cheating communists. Who made me sing you this song? I want to be an extremist. I want to join a militia and wear camouflage. I want to be an extremist and run around and sing a rabble-rousing metal song and sympathize with the steers who realize it was the Jews who did the Germans wrong. I want to be an extremist. I want to get the job done. I want to be an extremist, and I just want to have fun. Cha cha cha.